Howdy folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition, Sphere of Influence. My name is Serious JG, and so between videos here I did check, and before we finish this scenario and move on, we need to deal with the Kasai clan. They're our allies. No, wait, they're our allies to somebody else. Or they are allies. I get confused about how to read that thing sometimes, if I'm being perfectly honest. So we're their allies for the next 36 months. So that's kind of a nuisance because I don't think we're 3 years away from finishing our story objectives here. But, so, I mean, I don't know, we could have like a general person's agreement here that we'll just assume, because these guys have 500 soldiers, roughly 1,000, that we will be able to crush those guys, particularly if we deal with the storyline with the Ashina and everything first. We'll be able to take their stuff. I don't know historically what happens to these guys. I just know in the next scenario, some of these castles here no longer exist as separate, distinct bases. Like, I think Nakanita Castle is just gone in the next scenario. But yeah, the Date control all this territory at the beginning of the next scenario. And it could be, because the big plot thing that happens between scenarios is Hideyoshi becomes the de facto ruler of Japan. He's not the shogun, I don't think. Or is he the shogun? But he's basically, he's in charge. He is the de facto ruler, and he reallocates territory. Which, well, I won't spoil it, but that's one of the reasons I want to jump out of this scenario when we're done, so that because the Date didn't necessarily come out of that feeling like they were all that well done by. But at any rate, I still want to finish all of our story scenarios and establish that Date as a power who should be taken seriously, whether Hideyoshi does or not. But more importantly, last time we had a pretty major story event. Masamune decided that it was time to come deal with Nakanita Castle and the fact that he had people who were supposed to be his retainers, but they were acting all grumpy. And he came up here to deal with them, but that turned into an opportunity for his uncle, Yoshiaki Magami, what did he say, was the tiger of whatever place he's from, not Kai. He was like the fox or something. Everybody's an animal. Like this person over here, Takahide Shikama. He's known as the gerbil of Mio. Anyway, no, so these guys are weird. These guys, he was like, I'm going to come in here now and I'm going to protect these guys and it'll give me a chance to expand the power of my own clan at the expense of my nephew. But our mom, I don't know this historical basis for this, but our mom wrote in an Apalaquane, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, because I didn't actually look that up in the meantime. And she said, hey, knock it off. And then I had a series of seizures, which caused me to hallucinate bugs crawling across my TV screen. But at any rate, it's all said and done. Now we are free to go because we have a temporary truce with these guys. But we didn't get that temporary truce before our old friend Yoshishige Satake, the ogre of wherever he's from, decided he was going to stroll up here, and he wants to take over, I think it's Neon Matsu Castle, is his actual quest objective. Yeah. So we have two fortified castles between there and here, but I don't know for a fact that he needs to take them. I think he can just possibly wander right up the road and ignore them. But we'll see. And now, this probably isn't how I would handle it otherwise, but I was kind of like, I didn't know there was going to be a story event if Masamune personally came to do battle with Yoshiaki Magami. But in the same cinematic that suggested he would do so, and ultimately led us to a cool cinematic specifically about the Date family, he says he wants Shigezane, a.k.a. Centipede Head, to take care of Yoshishige. And now if he's able to win, maybe something special happens. It's a lot more likely that he will not be able to win, but he'll be able to soften Yoshishige up sufficiently that he won't be able to take any of these castles. Nihonmatsu Castle is potentially a problem. I've been reinforcing Tsukagawa Castle and Motomiya Castle, so much will depend on whether they're allowed to march right by these castles and ignore them, or if they have to take the castles. We have to conquer, although we've got a 3-year truce, which means I might not be allowed to do it, but we're really, before we quit out of this scenario and jump ahead 10 years to the Sekigahara scenario, we should take over all these things. We're no great rush. So really what I have to decide now, do I want Vulture, Bobo, and Masamune to take over Mio Castle while we're here? Or do I want Mitsuhide or Masamune to beeline as fast as possible down here to help with this fight? And I think I want to take over Mio Castle while we're up here and see if we can get away with that. So that's what I ordered them to do last time. So the stage is set. If Yoshishige is forced to lay siege to Tsukagawa Castle before he's allowed to march further, we've got this. If not, my best move, since I do have sally ports here, which if he doesn't besiege the castle and just keeps marching, I don't need them. I think I just wait for him to march, and then after he's already passed Tsukagawa Castle, we march up and try to attack him from behind. Because it's to your advantage to have forces surrounded. Even if you don't zoom in yourself and personally guide the battle, having forces on either side of an enemy unit attacking it is way advantageous. Alright, let's move time forward. Oh, whoa. I didn't realize I had zoomed the speed quite so high. So, Grimmith Reaper, our army of 5,000, is marching an enemy of 1,000 at Mio, and we're on top.
Here's last month's balance.
We are slowly making money because I bought food, didn't I?
Reporting in.
I discovered fountain and other resources at Naganita Castle. My trading is paid off, and I've grown. I've still got a ways to go. Seems like a road or two are in our lands. Ho, ho, ho. Ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. All right. So we are pretty much out of food. We can try to employ a Ronin, one of the Ronin warriors. Akiyasu Yanada. I'm just a little curious, because we haven't been bothering with this. Here's the guy who's available. Shiba Retainer. Unhappy with his lord, he defected to Nanbu. The Nanbu awarded him a large tract of land for his aid in destroying the Shiba. So sounds like he's pretty treacherous. Doesn't have great stats, but and he's conservative tenant. This guy is floating around somewhere else. He's also a former Shiba Retainer. When the Nanbu attacked, he remained loyal to the Shiba and perished with them. So we got a guy who betrayed the Shiba to the Nanbu, and a guy who historically died with the Nanbu. No, died with the Shiba fighting the Nanbu. Neither of them have fantastic stats. Only one of them is actually available for us to hire, so we'll hire him. It's a one-time gold expenditure. And in fact, I'm sure that we can find a base that needs people, even if it's just fodder. And send him here to hang out with Grimmith and Lethal. Because I believe he should have appeared right here, right? Yeah, that's the guy. Alright, so he's our brand new guy, and we sent him to go work for Grimmith. Use him wisely, Grimmith. We will use all the labor that we can, and we will spend what little gold we have left buying as much food as we can.
Thank you very much.
And we're probably not going to be able to march, which is why, again, it's sort of important. Maybe I can have you guys be part of that attack from behind I talked about. Want to see what happens if they attack Tsukagawa Castle and you guys attack them when they're already engaged. Now, you guys, you're just coming out here because they marched by, right? Okay.
Yes, my liege.
So we'll just let them sit for a minute.
This is how the one-eyed dragon fights.
Takahide Shikama's unit. This fight ends in my victory. I've gained the Blitz trait. He's now a Blitzball Pro. So you guys should be... okay, I'm going to assume for now they're going to... We will finish off this little mini clan up here. The Osaki clan. Finish them off. Just so that you don't have that to do later. Because again, I still haven't decided if we're going to wait for the truce to end so we can take over these places. It doesn't take that long to advance turns if I just like let bases develop on auto. And we don't have a lot of wars we're fighting. So let's see if Yoshishige is going to attack Tsukagawa Castle. And they're under orders, and I can already see people complaining. They're under orders to hang tight. It's probably time enough for you to be ordered to attack.
Leave it to me.
Oh, actually, you're moving faster than I wanted you to. Because I want them to either be engaged with the castle or have established that they're not going to. And it looks like they're not going to. Because I think I gotta wait till next month and harvest time before I can really deploy everybody I want to.
Let's get some glory. The enemy is heading for our territory.
I'm Man-Boy Sekiro Ando. Yoshihiro Anshina's unit is marching on a Motomiya castle with about 2,000 troops. That's not good, and part of the reason the AI is doing that is because they know I don't have enough food to deploy. So this is 2,000. Now they're marching on Motomiya. He is marching on Nihonmatsu. Motomiya has the hit points to withstand this unless they get aid from tribals or other Ashina clan units march out. So this is interesting. Meanwhile, we're going to take Mio Castle. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. Like, obviously, I should have waited until after the harvest to launch our campaigns against Nakanita Castle. But we're going to get through this okay, I believe. This year's harvest is wide and bountiful. Countries with bounty gain many supplies. Many thanks for your playing. This year's harvest is wide and bountiful. Countries with bounty gain many supplies, and food prices are down all autumn. So we were not affected by this, but we might be affected by the food prices, but we didn't gain extra supplies.
Reporting in.
We have Mio Castle surrounded by 4,000 men. Its fall is but a matter of time.
Here's last month's balance.
So we did spend more than we made there.
Reporting in.
There's been a harvest of rice. We've gained 24,116 provisions from our people. So I've grown stronger. With this power, I will take this nation. All right. Well, for the first time in a while, I actually have the ability to go in now and do facilities and stuff. Nakanita Castle is actually ready to go with more facilities, apparently. So I've just been doing Rice Dealer, particularly because we... you are not good at that, man. Been doing Rice Dealer because... oh, no place can add a facility now anyway. So we're actually really going to want to work on these roads now to... because having... Actually, like, when I probably want to just expand the roads on all sides of Nakanita, even if they don't directly connect. Because I was making a nice thoroughfare through the center of my territory, but honestly, any road that is directly adjacent to one of my cities, maxing it out will help that city grow. Even if the road... Even if I've got, like, here... I believe the way it works, if I have all like top tier roads leading directly into Mio, even if all the roads they lead to are like level 1 or 2, they get a boost for just having the immediate surrounding roads boosted. So let's actually... Oh, I don't have enough gold. That's right, I've been spending all of my money. Okay, so instead, let's sell rice to the merchant.
What would you like?
This is a terrible time to be doing that. We can still sell a little, but yeah, there's a bountiful harvest. This is not a good time to be doing it. But we'll sell just a little so we're not completely broke. And I'm going to put off my big infrastructure plans. Yeah, because he's actually telling us to buy it. So instead, we'll do a little bit of development so we keep a little bit of cash. We'll have Elmandretta the Avatar work on appeasing the tribes that are suddenly relevant. And don't have a lot of really big armies to spare in any of these places. You know, 800 troops here and there. I have Elmandretta, Neko Zardu, and Earl King. Is there any other created people who could... No, that's pretty much who I have in that city.
Let's march.
So they will march out.
We march.
You guys already marched.
We march.
Bloody Handed, he's been looking for some action. He's going to get involved in this. And we're going to have Akari Ando deploy.
I'll show you how we do battle.
So now we've got the Ashina and Yoshishige all coming in together towards Motomiya Castle, even if Yoshishige's plan is probably to bypass it. But we've got two units that are going to come in and attack Yoshishige from behind. What is your deal? We probably... They are an ally, so it might be possible... I don't have enough trust. I haven't been doing diplomacy with them, so even though they're an ally, they're not going to help us. Alright. And there's not a whole lot. They're not going to do us a whole hell of a lot of good anyway. One of our tribes looks at us with caution. Caution. Eventually, I want to get help from... I want these guys to be on my side. So we have Masamune go out personally. That seems weird, but it appears like it will work. They're not telling me that he can't do it, so... Alright, so... both of these armies can come marching down, and if for some reason... If we haven't been able to do it with a series of little small 700, 900, like, you know, troop units have not been able to whittle Yoshishige down, we are definitely going to have some people defeated. Hopefully no officers killed. But if they can't take care of it, they should certainly weaken him to the point where he won't have the strength necessary to overcome Nihon Matsu's defenses. And as soon as this place falls, I might have Bobo just return to base to save food, but Masamune certainly is going to march straight down there to finish this off. Because once we've deflected this attack from Yoshishige, I believe basically we just got to run out the clock on the rest of this quest. Before I unpause, I want to double check how much time I got left in the video, because I kind of lost track. I got about 10 minutes. Alright, let's go.
Onward to the battlefield.
So here we go. 900 versus 3,000. So she is going to want to play it pretty conservative here.
Let's go.
I don't necessarily want her turning around, but I don't want her
Follow
making...
my lead.
Understood. This is it.
Greatly strengthened... I didn't order you to do that. I guess that just happened automatically.
Get ready.
Zerfall just used Femme Fatale.
Yes.
So... well, there's like cheering sounds. I thought maybe some more troops had arrived, but... possibly not. So she's got cause enemies in front to attack each other. He's got lowers defense but greatly raises attack. That's probably not wise right now. Briefly, it significantly increased melee. Let's go for... let's try the Cunning Fox tactic. His intelligence might be too high.
You're not ready for the battlefield.
Alright. Looks like it might have worked. She hasn't taken any damage yet. That tactic...
With this,
now he's using overbearing power. It looks like they're trying to attack the towers or something. Because now she's starting to take damage. She is not going to be able to hold against this guy. Let battle be joined. Now this is good news for sure, because it means, if nothing else, I don't get I don't have the battle considered lost and take damage to the castle defenses, because if you win a battle outside of the castle, they have the option of just doing a big what are your not that I've got enough tactics to use it, but you've got staggered firing, which is probably actually the smart tactic to use if I have you at range. So Akari Ando is basically leading her troops out to just buy time for the reinforcements, and she had great initial success, and she's going greatly Great strengths increase. I don't know what that means. Raise attack and speed by unleashing power.
Everyone, get ready.
He's going for Femme Fatale again. Sexy, sexy Zerfall. Bloody Handed is here. Let battle be joined.
Yes, my liege. Understood.
See if she can back off. Doesn't look like that's really going to work. It's just going to make it harder for Bloody Handed to get in there. So never mind, that wasn't particularly useful.
Acknowledged.
But there's a little part of me hoping that,
This.
eat this, bitches. There's a little part. Oh, he's got, yeah, and I know from fighting him and Neo, he's got ranged attacks that'll like one hit you. So Cariando, I really just need you to get out. I just really need you guys to not lose any officers here. Like an ordered withdrawal.
Understood.
I'm just kind of hoping he won't follow, but he's going to follow.
Pull back.
Okay. As long as none of them got wiped out, she automatically withdraws when she hits a certain troop count. So I'm kind of okay with that. She did what she needed to do. She got us the time, and now we actually have them outnumbered without... We've got more troops coming. Much depends on whether the Ashina follow through, or if they just look at this situation and decide that they want nothing to do with it anymore. Oh, you know what? Monkey Merc's Phantom Foe would be a pretty good tactic if I can save up enough to use it.
What shall we do battle?
But he's got overbearing power. I might not be allowed to use a tactic right now. We're being pushed back? I'm afraid so. So that got them to change their target to Shigezane, which may not be for the best, but I think it'll work out. The thing is, we've got more guys coming. Yeah, El Mendretta is here now. So she's successfully, she's negotiating with tribals and leading an attack.
Yes.
And it looks like the Ashina have just decided that they are not coming. So if that's the case, we got this for sure. And without Masamune having to intervene, which is nice.
Retreat.
All right. So that's a heck of a victory. I'm trying to pause, game. Thank you. So there we go, folks. That's not a bad way to call it a video. So Akari Ando had to pull back, but we didn't lose any officers. And in her... basically, she bought enough time for the rest of the armies to arrive and defend the castle. So I call that a win for her because she was massively outnumbered. And going up against a good general. He had good stats. So buying the time necessary for Shigezane and, you know, I want to say Monkey Merc and Bloody Hands, like, buying the time for all those guys to arrive, that's a win for sure. And Elmendretta didn't even get a chance to really participate by the time she was pulling up, but it looks like she'll get a chance to fight the Ashina clan next time. I'm the Serious GG. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. When we come back next time, I believe if we can... We've got enough forces gathered here that the Ashina may just decide it ain't worth it and leave it be. But even if they don't, we should have the numbers necessary to force them back. And then it's just a matter of chilling out and recovering from our losses until we've met the 1-year threshold to win this quest. And I think about that time, it might be time to get a little revenge against the Ashina. See you guys then.